Recording.
Okay. Welcome. We are so happy you guys joined us on our coaching call tonight. You either came because you are a challenger in one of our groups or because you got invited by one of us who thinks you would make an amazing coach. So we wanted to tell you a little bit about ourselves and how we got started with this, why we got started, and then a little bit about what a coach is and what we do. So I am Erin. I have been a coach for 2 years tomorrow. I have been off and on. I've gone from, I've had 4 babies, and with each pregnancy, I gained more and more weight. On my second pregnancy, I had cancer at the same time, and I had multiple surgeries while I was pregnant, and I ended up super, super sick, had IV fluids the whole time, but I still gained tons and tons of weight. And with a thyroid issue, that's what my cancer was. It was thyroid cancer. So without a thyroid, I'm regulated just based on medication, and it's really hard to maintain your weight when your levels are off. And so I have gone very up and down because pregnancies just throw everything off. So I've had a really, really tough time losing weight after pregnancies. And I gain a ton during pregnancies, even though I am so, so sick the whole time. So I have gone from, like, my biggest weight is 80 pounds over what I am now. And that was during pregnancy number 4. I gained 70 pounds, and then I actually gained more while I was nursing. But I was just at an all-time low with my 4th pregnancy. I was on a feeding tube and IV fluid because I couldn't keep anything down. And I had a friend who had asked me about Shakeology several times, and I just said no because I don't pay that much for anything. I don't pay that much for a shake. I won't pay that much for anything. So I didn't want to try it. And then with the feeding tube, she brought some over and she said, you really need to try this. You really need to get on this because it is going to help you so much. So I tried it and I didn't throw it up. It was the first thing I hadn't thrown up in months. So I drank Shakeology every day, twice a day actually, because it's the only thing I could keep down. And I drank it twice a day for the first, for 3 weeks. And I was able to get my feeding tube out because I had maintained my weight, which was incredible because I had dropped 20 pounds in that pregnancy already. And it was really dangerous. So I became a believer at that point, but I still didn't want to pay that much money. So I tried every way possible to get Shakeology without buying it full price. And it wasn't until a year later that I had found out that you could get it at a cheaper price as a coach. And I was like, hey, sign me up for that. At that point, I had already dropped 70 pounds doing 21-day fix without being associated with Beachbody at all. Like, I hadn't done anything else with Beachbody. So I did my friend said, you can sign up as a coach and just get a discount. So I did that. It was wonderful. I started getting the discount. People had been talking to me about what I was doing. I kind of always brushed them aside and didn't really tell them about what I was doing because I was still embarrassed. I had spent so many years embarrassed about my weight that I didn't want to tell them about what I was doing. So it wasn't until I found this tribe of the team I'm on right now who gave me the confidence to start talking about what I was doing and how I had lost this much weight and why I felt so much better. And people had commented like, oh, you look great, you look great. But as soon as I started coaching, I all of a sudden became so much more positive. I had this energy that I hadn't had before. And I became passionate about things again, where before I was losing weight. I was happy I was losing weight, but I wasn't really happy. And I think it was because I lacked the confidence still. And coaching gave me that confidence. Not that I was ever this extrovert person. I've always been an introvert. But coaching teaches you to listen to personal development and to work on you and to become the best version of yourself. And when I started doing that, I became confident in myself. I was listening to positive things. I was surrounding myself with positive people, other coaches. And it became this just powerful light in my life that helped me to share that with other people. And I realized this isn't something that I should hide from. This is something that I should share with others because it was life-changing for me. I've dropped over 80 pounds doing these programs and drinking this shake. I know it works. Let me tell you something, 80 pounds is life-changing. And I am a mom who has 4 little kids. I now homeschool them. One of my kids, my little one, this one like popping his head in over here, it has some special needs. I needed to be home with him, and I work an hour and a half away from where we live. And I can't do that all the time. I need to be at home with him. And coaching has allowed me to do that. I'm the one paying our mortgage every month. That's amazing. Like, that's something that is irreplaceable. And coaching is something that I fit into my life. So this job has been, it doesn't feel like a job because it's something I'm passionate about. When I go to a restaurant that I love, I share that with everybody because it's amazing. That's how I feel about this. This is something that has been life-changing for my physical body, but for my emotions, my just everything. I feel so much better and happier because of this. So I love sharing it with people. So that's kind of my story, how I got involved. I'm going to turn it over to Amanda so she can tell you a little bit about her story real quick.
Thanks, Erin. All right, I am Amanda Trojan, and I also am a mama. If you have followed me on social media, or maybe you're just meeting me for the first time, I have been a wife for 3 years. I have been a mom for almost a year. My son has very medically complex needs and has a tracheostomy as well as a G-tube. He was diagnosed with a genetic chromosomal abnormality in utero, and I've been coaching for 3 years now. I am a diamond coach, and really I got into coaching because I needed desperately something different to change in my life. When I got married, I was overweight. I had struggled with my weight my entire life. And when you struggle with your weight your entire life, you struggle with low self-confidence, with low self-worth. And really, honestly, I would not take care of myself, and I would do, like, instead of self-harming, I would not take care of myself. I would just continue to eat like garbage. I had a struggle with emotional eating. I struggled with, feeling like I could actually complete something and do something. I was broke. I worked lots of jobs. I mean, my life was seriously in a rut. It was in just a complete rut, and I needed something to change. I got back from my honeymoon. Actually, before I got married, I had bought PiYo off of an infomercial, and I got a coach that was assigned to me, and she emailed me and said, "Hey, I'm your free coach." And we connected and we chatted, and she plugged me into her challenge groups. And really, to be honest, I really didn't do a whole bunch within her challenge groups. I would connect, but I wasn't faithful to my workouts. I wasn't faithful to the eating plan. I didn't drink the Shakeology for at least 3 months. It just kind of sat there because I was like, I can just make smoothies. I can just do this all by myself. But when I came back from my honeymoon and I saw a picture of myself in a bathing suit, I was like, okay, this has got to change. Something has got to change. And I said, I've got to get serious about this. And so I said, this is it, girl. I want to do this. And I said, sign me up as a coach. She knew I had financial struggles. I was over $80,000 in debt. I didn't want my husband to have to take on that debt with me. I was working, as a prevention specialist out in the community, which, if you know anything about community work, it does not pay well. And I just needed something different. I needed accountability. I needed support. I needed something positive to help me grow and be a better person overall. And coaching has definitely blessed me in that way that I can do that and feel good. And that is why I decided that I wanted to take this opportunity and bless other women, because it literally changed my life. It changed my mindset. It changed my body. It changed my spirit. I have friends now who are positive. Just life has been completely different for me. And throughout the 3 years that I've been coaching, I've had many struggles, just like anyone else. We struggled with infertility. We struggled with, we lived in the hospital with my son for 8 months. And honestly, being a coach during this time was probably the biggest blessing to me, because I got to get out of my own self, get out of my own mind and my own junk, and I got to pour into other women. I got to love other women. I got to see other women who were struggling and say, hey, you know what? This is what's been working for me. And I continued on with my journey, and they were like, I want that. And that's what I want. I was like, I want to be a hope dealer. I didn't really get into this business to be a 15-star diamond coach or to be a millionaire, but I got into it because I wanted to bless women the way that I had been blessed. And I didn't want to work for another MLM. I was like, I've been there, done that. I don't want to have home parties. I was totally skeptical. But the fact that I jumped in and dove in, man, I'm so freaking glad that I did, because it has been a complete blessing to my life. And I hope tonight you get to see a little bit of what we do, and it just blows your mind. So that's a little about me. I'm going to pass it on to my sweet friend, Lauren, who is incredible. I'll unmute you.
Thank you. Okay, thanks. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for jumping on with us. We are so excited to have you. I am a wife. I've been married for 17 years. I am also a mom of two. I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old, and I'm actually in the car right now, dropping or picking up from one activity and going to another. This is the crazy life. But I love it. I work full time, and I've worked full time outside of the home for since I graduated from college. So, gosh, it's been now, 20-ish years or so. I've been coaching for 2.5 years, and I'm a diamond coach. I am, I was just telling the story the other night. I grew up overweight. I have always been overweight all my life. I have had some issues with my stepfather, and my only way to cope was through food. It was my comfort. It was what I knew was always going to be there. And so, and I grew up in a traditional Mexican family. So we had a lot of tacos, we had a lot of rice, a lot of beans, like that was all like so good to me. And we were always on the go as well. So we didn't really have good healthy eating habits. My stepdad was a farmer. So, it was like you ate everything you had off your plate, because him growing up, he never knew like when he was going to get to eat again. So there was just terrible eating habits when I grew up. So I am like barely 5 foot. So when you take a barely 5 foot girl and it just cope into eating and doing all that, the weight, you gain it super fast. So, and then going to college, that didn't help me at all. So when I graduated, I was overweight. I loved to eat. I loved to party. I did it all, and I did it all the time. That was kind of the lifestyle me and my husband lived. And I just always felt like I was dealing with my weight issues. I was always on a diet. I was trying everything under the sun. I tried every product, every group, everything. I've tracked everything. I've counted everything. I've paid so many dollars into things I can't even begin to tell you. And I hated to exercise. I hated every bit of it. But I was miserable. And so I am like I said, I'm a dance mom, or I didn't say that, but it's on the thing. I'm a dance mom. And when I got into that world, I got into the world with a bunch of moms who we spend a lot of money on dance. And one of the ways we cope is at the bar, and we would eat a lot. And it just kept compounding and compounding. And when I got pregnant with my son, that added into it too. Like I just couldn't ever stop eating, and I couldn't stop partying. I stopped partying when I was pregnant, but once I had my son, I went back at it. And so it just never ended. And so I remember one day I was coming back from a competition really early in my daughter's dance career, and I was miserable. I felt like I felt like this sausage in my pants. I was so uncomfortable. I was miserable. Like I just was tired. I was tired all the time. I couldn't figure out what was going on in my life, and I knew something had to change. And that week, I had to go in and do my annual review. And I've done these every year since I've gotten out in a real people's job. And I remember them saying to me, okay, so where do you see yourself in a year? And where do you see yourself in 3 years? How about in 5 years? And I was like, dude, I'm just trying to get through the day. Like, I just need to get my kids fed. I need to get them to where they need to get to, and then home in bed so I can go to bed. Like, there was nothing. And I remember leaving there crying. I cried the entire way home. So within these few days of crying on the way back from this competition, crying my way home from this annual review, I knew something had to change. I had to do something. I remember thinking, I am 38 years old and I don't know where my life has gone. What has happened to me? Like, what are my goals and what am I doing? And I'm like on this wheel and I can't get off. And I'm so tired of feeling like crap. And I'm so tired of being tired. And I don't know what to do anymore. So I've always been on social media, and this person kept popping up in my feed and kept popping up in my feed. And I'm like, okay, what is this thing that she's got going on? And what is this? And I signed up to, once again, to do what I thought would be my miracle, to help me out of this rut. And I was a little bit like Amanda. It sat in my pantry for a while. I think I did the workout. I signed up with T25. I did the workout probably like 3 days a week. And because like, that's what I was like, if I work out 3 days a week, that's pretty good. And she kept following up with me and seeing how I was doing. But I was like kind of mad because I'm like, well, I'm not losing any weight. This stuff's not helping me at all. So why do I need to keep asking? Why do I need to keep doing this? And she said to me, okay, let's talk about what you're doing. And when I finally like confessed what I was not doing, she's like, all right, girl, this is what you told me you needed. This is what you told me you wanted. And she kind of brought me back to the realization, like, I'm the only one who can make this change for myself. No one else can do this for me. So either you've got to step up to the plate, Lauren, or you've got to resign that this is the way life's going to be. And I wasn't going to be there anymore. I just wasn't. So I decided to sign up for the discount for the Shakeology, to be like, okay, Lauren, you're going to do this. We're going to go all in. But I wasn't going to coach. It was really just for the discount. And somewhere along the way, I was in this community of freaking amazing women that were like so positive and so energetic and so loving life that I was like, I want to be them. I am not them. And I am negative all the time. And I don't know what this outlook in life is. And I want that life. Like, how do I get there? And slowly but surely, I started to incorporate more and more into this culture of positivity on a daily basis. And I started to listen to things they suggested and the things they were doing. And I wanted to do that too. And the next thing you know, I'm like full-fledged, like bleeding Beachbody Blue. Like, I can't imagine my life without this. I have had a lot of friends in my life, and a lot of them have been negative or gossipy, or they just do things that led me down the right path. And I have met so many amazing women in this group of it's just, I can't even begin to tell you how amazing they are, because like Erin said, you know, you tell anyone if you got this new, you know, a new restaurant you found, or I'll tell people like, oh my gosh, you got to try this mascara. It's freaking amazing. Or this face wash is amazing. I'm telling you right now, this is the bomb. Like, it is legit one of the best things that have ever happened to me. And so since then, I've realized that I'm not going to ride this hamster wheel anymore. I'm jumping off. I'm going to make my own path. I've got a 13-year-old daughter who I have to show that you can do whatever you put your mind to. And I've got a son that I want to show him that he can do the same. And I want to show him that you can empower whoever's your partner to do what they want to do. And that's my big thing. I met these amazing women and they've rocked my world. They were like two of my best friends. I talk to them on a daily basis. They empower me. They push me to do better. And that's what this group is all about. So that's me in a nutshell.
All right. Well, oh my gosh, I love hearing all the stories, because it just oh, it gives me all the chills every time I hear their stories, because I learn something new about them every time. I just met these ladies at our annual conference in person for the first time a few months ago, and we were already like besties, and it was just so fun. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about what a coach is. So we are normal people. Like you heard Lauren, she's a full-time working mom of 2 busy tweens, and she is like running all over the place. Amanda was a full-time working before her baby came, and then she lived in the hospital for 8 months while coaching. I am a partly nurse, partly home with my kids, homeschooling, but we're just regular people. Like anyone in any walk of life can do this. It's just a choice whether you want to change the world. And that's what we feel like we are doing. We are empowering women and changing lives. So we run our business on social media. For me, that was a big deal at first. I had a shared Facebook account with my husband. I wasn't on Instagram. We had about 200 Facebook friends, and we routinely went and deleted people, but we were like, oh, we haven't talked to you in this long, so see ya. And that mindset has completely changed for me. Now I'm like, I want to talk to everyone. I want to see everybody. I want to get to know everybody. And not because I want them to join me in my group. If they do, great. But because I have this new passion for life, and because I'm just happier and I want to make the world a little bit brighter. So if that's with a joke, if that's with a positive quote, whatever it is, I want to be there doing it. So we run our business on social media. We uplift, inspire. Okay, you guys, this is the best thing ever. I never thought of myself as an uplifting person, but I can't tell you how many people are like, oh my gosh, you inspire me, and oh, I love your positivity. I'm like, that's amazing to feel like that you are actually making a difference for somebody. That's the reason I went into nursing, is because I love helping people through rough times. That's what this is. And it is the most rewarding thing ever. Whether they're my customers or not, it is nice to just put a little bit of positivity out in the world and hope you can bless some lives. Okay, we run monthly groups, which are, we either do them on Facebook or on this app that you get when you become a customer. And we basically just encourage, inspire, motivate. We give recipes. We just have some fun little chats on there. It's just a support group, and it's an accountability group to show up. And that's what coaching has done for me, is it has given me the accountability that I never had before. I was like 100%. Sign me up for whatever the new fad is. And I would try every single thing, and then I'd fall off within a month because I wasn't getting the results I want, or because I just could. And so I gave up on myself so many times. Coaching has given me the accountability to show up every single day because it's my job. I show up because my people are counting on me to show up. Like, that's the biggest blessing for me, because I proved to myself that I can do it. And now I know that I can, and I will never go back to falling off the wagon. I got injured 7 weeks ago, and I've been 7 weeks without exercising, which I never thought I would miss in the world. But as soon as I could handle even doing planks, anything, I was back up doing it because I knew my group was there counting on me to do it. It's amazing what this does for you, this community of support. Okay, so the best thing, oh my gosh, you guys, look at all these people on here. These are friends, these are sisters. This is just this community of ladies supporting each other. We get together at different events during the year. The one annual big, huge one, there were 20,000 different people there, mostly women, some men, but it was just a positive community. I've never been in a group that big where there wasn't catty, where there wasn't like backstabbing or anything. This community is so positive. Everyone is out to help everybody else succeed. They want everyone to succeed in this business and just in life, and it's powerful. Okay, we also get to run our own business. How many of you have a job where you work for an employer? I do. Guess what? I'm really excited because I am not going to be doing that job anymore. I'm going to be doing this full time because that's how much it has blessed our lives. And my husband was really worried about that, but he sees, well, the income I'm bringing in, but he also sees the passion I have. And I don't have that when I go to my other job. I'm answering to a boss. I have employees who are coworkers who are drama and all the things that come along with it. And I just don't want any part of it anymore. I want to be my own boss. And that's what you get to do as a CEO of your business here. and just the greater purpose. My husband has always been like supportive of me and what I did, but he never caught the vision until we went on a trip that was paid for by Beachbody, by the way, to Mexico this last year. And he met all the high ups in Beachbody, all the corporate guys. And he's like, okay, I get it now. Because you just hear them talk about this movement of creating a healthier world. And you're like, okay, I want to be a part of that. Like, I want to be with these guys who are making people healthier and happier. That is the entire goal of Beachbody. That is their mission, is to create, help people live healthier and more fulfilling lives. Isn't that amazing? Like, this is not something that is going to go away. This is not a fad. This is not a product that is going to like wear off in a little bit. This is something that will be here forever. Everybody needs to be healthier. So this is just going to keep growing. We went to the UK this last year, which is huge. And I'm telling you, this business is going global because I can't tell you how many people in the world need to be healthier. You look around you, I mean, everyone around you could benefit from living a little bit healthier. And that's what we're doing. It's pretty powerful. All right. So what we are not as coaches, we are not salespeople. We do not sell to people. I have never felt like a salesperson ever. So I was worried about that in the beginning because I'm like, dude, I can't get on social media and say, buy my product. That's not what we do. We, like we've said several times already, we share what has worked for us. I share the products that have worked for me and the power that has come from that. I share that my confidence level has jumped significantly. I share about the fact that I used to be nervous about my husband touching me because I was worried about my fat rolls. Like, how sad is that? That was literally what was going through my mind every single time my husband touched me. It was terrible, and it was so hard on our relationship. That's completely different now, you guys. I feel so confident in who I am, and even when I put on a few pounds or I don't, I love who I am and who I am becoming, and that is something I am happy to share with everybody because I think everybody needs that in their life. We are definitely not perfect. You do not need to wait until you have the perfect bikini body because, first of all, I don't think they exist because everyone who is even in those bikini model pictures, I guarantee you that there's something on their body they don't like. Don't wait until you hit that point where you're like, ooh, I'm perfect, because you're never going to get there. Start out where you are and share what you're doing. Help other people along the way. There's no reason to go at it yourself before you start sharing what you're doing. We're all human. That is one of the things I love about this business is the authenticity of the coaches. I am never going to sit there and pretend I am perfect. I have so many flaws. And guess what? That's what I talk about on social media because people connect with that. People understand that, yeah, I yelled at my kids today too. That's something I talk about because it's something I struggle with. I also drink Diet Dr. Pepper like it's going out of style. And that's something that people understand. People understand those kind of things. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be at your goal weight. You can start wherever you are and just progress from there. We are not the icky people that you don't want to talk to because they're badgering you to buy something and buy something and buy something. We're not those kind of people. We want to help people improve their lives. If they are going at their life right now and they are happy and great, then you just wish them well and support them in their journey and in their life. We don't want to meet people to sell to people. That's not how we are. We just want to make the world a better place and be an influencer in any positive way that we can. So I don't feel icky at all about what we do as coaches. I absolutely love it, which is why I'm going to be doing it full time. So, all right, Amanda's going to give you a little bit of what we do.
All right, so as coaches, we have these daily activities that we do, and they're called the 4 vital behaviors. So just like Erin was saying when she said, okay, we're not salespeople, we're not icky, and we're not perfect, but we do run our own business, right? Which means we have behaviors that we do every day that is part of our daily routine, which is part of our business. And when you're the CEO of your own business, it's like you show up and you put in work. That's what we do. So our 4 vital behaviors are really simple. Number 1, be a product of the product, which means we're using the Beachbody programs. Hey, if you like going to the gym, Beachbody On Demand is awesome for that because you can use that at the gym. You don't have to just stay at home and do your workouts. If you're like me or like Erin or Lauren and a lot of other moms out there, you don't have time to leave the house, go pay for daycare and find someone to watch your kids. So it's easier to do it at home. But the beauty of it is that you can take it anywhere. We embody the products. And you know why? Because we love the products, because we have been transformed by the products. And when you're using the products and your lives are being changed, then you will love sharing that with people. Just like Erin said, we share our journeys publicly and share that this is what we're doing. And then people want to do that. They want to feel good. So they'll go, what are you using? What are you doing? Because I think I want some of that. Our second vital behavior is to invite, invite, invite. What that means is that we invite people just like you to do the journey with us. Does that mean we're saying, hey, come buy this program from me? Come buy Shakeology from me? No. What it means is that we're genuinely looking at you and we're friends and we're going to say, hey, you know what, girlfriend? I want you to do this with me because you told me about XYZ and that you want that to change. This is what's worked for me. Do you want to jump in? It's that simple. We invite people to do the journey with us. Our third vital behavior is probably one of my favorites. Is personal development. And what that is that we read or listen to some kind of book or audio book or podcast because the company wants us to be better human beings. Does your job want you to be a better human being? I doubt it. I worked for a company and we worked in community mental health, and never once did they ever sit down and give us personal development. They gave us professional development so we could be better for them, but they never wanted us to do anything that was better for ourselves. And when we get and dive into this personal development, it makes you a freaking better person. It makes you love people better. And that's what we do as coaches. We just love the crap out of a whole bunch of people and want them to live their healthiest lives. That's it. But it starts with us. And we have to have our minds right. We got to have our hearts right. And we got to be able to have it within ourselves so that we can share that with other people. So that's why personal development is so huge. Our fourth vital behavior is recognize, recognize, recognize. And what that means is that we're recognizing people who are doing this journey with us, whether it's our challengers who are rocking out their journey. Hey, maybe we have a challenger who woke up and just got up and did her workout. That's a huge accomplishment for a whole bunch of people who struggle with getting up to work out. We recognize our coaches. If they're rake advancing, if they're helping people, that's what we do. We recognize people along their journey because it makes people feel good. People want to feel good and they want to know that someone is out there recognizing them for all the hard work that they put in. So those 4 vital behaviors are things that we do every single day, and we do them in what's called like little power packets. And I know that Erin touched on this a little bit when she said, do you have to be fit? And that is one of the biggest concerns that we hear when people talk about coaching. Do I have to be fit? No. Erin, Lauren, myself, and a whole bunch of other coaches started off on this journey, and we just needed desperately to change. We needed something in our lives to change, and this is how we did it. You don't have to be fit. People don't want to work with you because you're fit. If you're already fit, oh, that's amazing. And maybe people do want to connect with you like that, but the real reason people want to connect with you because you're you. Because you're vulnerable, because you're sharing your story, because you're being authentic. That's why people want to connect with you. You could be 500 pounds overweight. You could be at your goal weight. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you have a heart and a pay it forward attitude and want to help people be healthy. Another concern that we hear from people is, I am too busy to coach. I hear you. I hear you, and I think everyone on this call hears you too. The best part about coaching is that you are the CEO of your own business. So that means you have flexible hours. Like I was saying earlier, we fit our power hours into pockets in our day. I'm a full-time mom. My kid has a trach. I don't have a nurse here all the time, which means I have to take care of him. I have to feed him. I have to suction him. I have to change his diaper. I have to do these things. And guess what? I'm a mom. My first job is to be a mom, which means I work my business around being a mom and a wife. And I work my business around the things that are going on in my life, because that's important. You're your own CEO, so you can have flexible hours. If you were like, you know what, I don't want to work on the weekends, don't work on the weekends, but you put in the work during the week. You work in the cracks of your day. And a majority of these coaches that work for Beachbody work the business part-time, and they're still successful. So really all it is that you get out what you put in. So if you're willing to do the work, then you will find success, but you don't have to do it full time. All right, I'm going to pass this over to my friend Lauren, and she's going to talk to you about how we actually earn income.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I think that was my biggest question when I was joining, was like, okay, how do we even earn money? What do we have to do? Because I was just in the same ideas that Erin was in, was I don't want to sell. I don't want to have to be worrying about hitting quotas or anything like that. So for me, it was really, really important that I understood a little bit about what we needed to do. So it's really important to understand that your income is a direct reflection of how many people you help. It's not about sales. It's not about quotas. It's about how many people you help. How many people do you bring along on this journey? How many people's lives do you affect? How many mamas do you change? How do you bring them to see some of the things that we've shared with you, to see that light? Because sometimes as moms and as women and as daughters and as wives, and just whether you're working or you're staying at home, that's hard either way. And so I think for me, it's more about finding that path to help you through that. And that's what we do. I love how Amanda calls us hope dealers, because we are. If you heard each of our stories, we all needed something out there that we couldn't find, and this was it. So it's more than just losing weight. It's more than just getting fit. It's finding a passion, that ability to take care of yourself, and inspiring others. Like Erin's right, inspiring others is one of the biggest things we can do. And it's crazy to me because I never thought that could be me. I didn't know I could do that. But just trying to, to focus on my journey and sharing that with others, that's what we do. So it's all about, how do you help people? When you help others, that's how it's going to help your income. You get a 25% commission on everyone you help, and you sell a challenge pack to get them started on their journey. Plus, you get a 25% discount on yourself. So we save 25% on our monthly Shakeology. You can get it on any supplements of anything that you want to try. You get that 25% off of that as well. It's crazy how many things that are out there that are amazing and they change your life. Beach bars and Energize, that's the pre-workout. And for me, like, that's my mama boost. That's what I need throughout the day. That's key in my life. It's actually key in all of my family's lives, because everything is so all natural. It's plant-based. Anyone in your family can drink it. So, well, I say anyone in my family can, maybe not young kids, but those types of things. We have Daily Sunshine for children. You get 25% off of all of that. You also get team cycle bonuses, and that's like a residual value by building your team. I know the three of us are working to build a team of hope dealers. We want to build a team so that we can together share with others in the world all the differences and changes that this has made for us. We want to build a team to bring others with us, to empower them to make a change, to empower them to want to make a difference for themselves, for their families, for people around them. That's what we're trying to do, is build a team of empowering other women. And for me, the best thing is there's no pressure. There's no pressure to sell. There's no pressure to meet quotas. There's no pressure. You don't have to stock products. You don't have to carry anything at home. It's the business is what you want to make of it. You're your own CEO. If you want to just cover your Shakeology every month, you cover your Shakeology every month. If you want to earn a little bit to pay for groceries or gas or to help your family, you can do that. If you want to pay your mortgage, you can do that. If you want to be the breadwinner and retire your husband, you can do that. It's all of a reflection of how you help people. So that is one of the best things about how we earn. And yes, thank you. So the question is where do we even start? There is a $39.95 startup fee. If you're military, there's no startup fee and there's no monthly fee, which is bonus. The monthly fee is $15.95. That's your monthly website fee. That's kind of like allowing you to have your online office. That's Beachbody taking care of everything you need on the back end, all your tracking, all your customer data information, the ability to have your website so you can send links out to people. You can share with them different videos about what's going on. Or, in my opinion, the best part, the best way to start is with a challenge pack. We have to be on our own journey. And Amanda talked about that. It's really important that we're a product of the product so that we can show people what it is that we can get. And a lot of us are doing that every day. We want to work out. We want to feel better. We want to drink our Shakeology. We want to take care of us and fuel our bodies right. So when you start with a challenge pack, that startup fee is waived. You will still have your monthly website fee because that's your monthly fee to get started. But to me, a lot of companies, when you get started, you need to buy, the starter package for, $199 or $399, some crazy stuff. I know I've looked at MLs before and they want you to have all this products that you can show people. And you don't need that. You can start with your own journey. You can start on your own way with your challenge pack. And those, based on however you want to start, can vary. So to me, that's the best part about it, is that there's so little, it's such a little cost in the long run to start your business that it's so worth it. So next, yes, thank you, Amanda. So what does your first month look like as a coach? This is one of my favorite things when a coach first starts. We get them started with a getting started right call. That's a one-on-one call with your coach that got you started to show you all the basics, to go with you on all your questions and all your fears and everything that you have, because it's a lot of information that's going to start coming your way, and we're going to get you started right. We're going to go through all that and we're going to guide you through what you need to know so that you don't get overwhelmed, that you know what to do, you know how to get started. And then we're going to open up this Coach University for you. It's literally a 21-day program, and it's self-paced, which is awesome because we all have crazy schedules. We all have different things going on in our life. So I know, like, Amanda gets up early, she works out, and she gets her work done right away because she's a stay-at-home mama. Erin has her kids, and she does homeschooling in the morning. So she does her work sometimes in the morning, and then sometimes her power pockets are in the evening or in the afternoon. Mine are seriously power pockets that are at any given point in the day. If I've got 10 minutes, I'm going to totally use it. So that's your Coach University, is to use it however you can best fit it into your schedule. And then we're going to get you plugged in right away into one of our challenge groups so that you can get started and you can get rocking on your journey and you can start to see your awesome results, and then you can share those with other people. So that is a little bit about what your first month of your coach looks like. Hold on one second.
You want me to take this one?
That sounds good.
All right. So why is now the perfect time to start? Okay. So everybody's getting back from the summer vacation. Everybody's getting back into the routine, the swing of things. Now is the perfect time to start because it's never a bad time to start taking care of your health. It's never a bad time to help people start taking care of themselves. But it's also nice after summer, things kind of slow down a little bit and people start getting back into the routine of the daily life. We also have huge team trainings from top coaches in our network. our direct upline. She is a top 10 coach, and we are always talking with her to put together trainings to help our coaches be successful. And so it's a great time to jump in and do those kind of push groups and those groups so you can meet more people and you can help more people. It's busy season, right? People are like, okay, I kind of overdid it a little bit this summer. I might need to get myself together and reel it in. It's a nice busy season. Then we're leading up into the holidays, and guess what? Right after the holidays comes New Year's. So we literally have a perfect time right now to help people start with their health and fitness so that they can feel good for the holidays. They don't have to put it off until January 1st. They can literally start right now. If you start now, you get to earn your free Success Club trip, and you can be a success starter. We have these awesome, I don't even know what to call them. They're not benefits, but these awesome, boy, I'm blanking out on words tonight, but these trips and incentives that the company gives when you start out helping people right out of the gate. So if you hit Success Club, and your coach will go over this with you in your Get Started Right training, you can earn a trip to our annual conference every year, which is called Summit, which is a huge event, and next year is in Indianapolis. And so you can earn a trip for that. Also, the more people that we help every month, and we continually help people, we can earn Success Club points that help us earn a Success Club trip. Aaron and Lauren went to Mexico this year. I unfortunately did not get to go because I was in the hospital with our son, but next year we are all going to a cruise, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be a Caribbean cruise, and we earned that from helping people with their health and fitness. And why is now the perfect time to start? Seriously, this is your fresh start. You get to make a choice right now and say, I am making a fresh start. I am getting myself together. And if you're already together, then you can still help people, because maybe you're totally fit, but you eat like garbage. Or maybe you are fit and you eat right, but your mindset isn't right. These are all things that you can grow in every area, and you can get your fresh start. So it is absolutely a perfect time to start. So Lauren talked about it earlier when she was in her annual review, and her boss said to her, where do you want to be a year from now? Where do you want to be a year from now? Do you want to be stuck in the same old? Do you see yourself living bigger, living a more positive life, surrounded by positive people who love you and support you and think that you can rocking this world out? Do you see yourself retiring your spouse? Do you see yourself retiring yourself? Where do you want to be a year from now? And we thank you so much for joining us tonight. This wraps up our call. We're so excited you got to jump in and see us. These are just some shots from us over the last couple of years from some of our team events. And we're so excited that you could join us for this event. Please reach out to your coach if you have any questions or concerns about how you can get started. And we hope that we get to see you introduced on our team pages really soon. You guys have an awesome night.